Chelsea. Welcome to Windy Hill Crochet. Raise your hand if you like a good free pattern. I know I do. It can be really hard to find high quality free patterns though in the sea of Google and now AI. So today I'm going to share with you a few of my favorites that I've found recently that are well written and they actually turn out the way you think they're going to turn out. This is my mom, Sherry, and together we have been working really hard preparing for the biggest market we have ever prepared for in our lives. We have been scouring Etsy and the internet for free and paid patterns that we know our customers are going to love, or hope our customers are going to love.
And we've been crocheting around the clock.
Yes, so many patterns. So if you hang around at the end of this video, we're going to share a sneak peek of a pattern, free pattern, that we will be sharing a video tutorial for in our next video.
That's right.
And
so
she's the designer mastermind behind it.
Well, and it's all because of this market. Also because we have to have things that crochet up quick to stock a whole booth.
Right. We have potentially 10,000 people that will be walking by our booth. So
exactly.
we don't know what to expect.
Right. So let's get right into the free patterns that we're really hot on right now.
So right now, this is my thing that I have spent a lot of time on the last day. Yeah. This is an adorable loaf cat pattern. I just Googled free loaf cat amigurumi, and this is what came up. And it recommended a worsted weight yarn and a smaller crochet hook, maybe 3.5 millimeters. But I chose a blanket yarn with an 8 millimeter crochet hook, and you can see it is a solid about 6 inches long and very wide. So an adorable chubby cat, and he works up really quickly. I'd say I got these, I would make one in like 45 minutes. So I was really pleased with the amount of time it took to make these guys. And then on Instagram, I found this super cute little ball cat. It's like they called it a chonky cat.
Yes.
So I made a bunch of these also, and these are really quick. These I'd say take me about 30 minutes when it's all said and done with the eyes and sewing. So. And
you did sew on the eyes on this. You did.
Yeah.
I mean, some people I've seen pictures where they just use the safety eyes, which you can do, but we're getting pretty good at actually sewing it on, and you cut your costs when you're doing market preps, and they're also safe for little kids.
Exactly.
If you actually get good at sewing those eyes on.
Yep. I did these guys with safety eyes, and I like the reflectivity, especially on this dark guy, because it's harder to see the eyes. But I think that the sewn on eyes are also fantastic, and I really want to make sure we have plenty of safe options for small children. So it's important to me to have a wide variety of sewn on embroidered eyes.
Yeah, and these crochet up in about
30 minutes or so.
30 minutes by the time you get done with all the details.
Yeah, and the pattern does have color changes written into it. I apparently, this one has the color changes written into it. And I did the feet differently on most of mine. This guy has different feet too.
This guy does too.
Oh, yep. And this ear is different. So written in color changes turn out great. I've done them solidly also. This one was my weirdest one, but it just has personality. The ears are a little too close together.
I would like to make these with a slightly smaller crochet hook and the parfait chunky yarn to make them as keychain options.
Yeah, they'll be so cute.
Yes. So far we have this larger loaf cat, and we'll link to the
pattern in the
description. Yep. And then this little mini chonky cat.
Yep.
And then we have this very sad little gosling. You are batching a whole pile of these.
Yeah, I've got
but this is the only one that's mostly finished.
And it was a casualty of chalk in my van. My daughter had chalk in the van and
sidewalk chalk.
Yeah, and he came in contact. So but it's super cute. This whole body is worked together in one, and I'd say this body takes less than 15 minutes for me to create. And then you crochet on the legs and the beak, and you can put safety eyes on it, but this is something I really wanted to have embroidered eyes on, so I had an embroidered eyes on. And the designer also suggests that you could leave it without eyes if you like that option as well.
Yeah, it's kind of an aesthetic.
Yeah, exactly.
Without having every facial feature on Amigurumi.
So the one challenging part to me on this is that when you join your yarn and you finish the foot at the base, like right here, so then you're left with an obnoxious end. So what I ended up doing is I wove it back up the chain out to the bottom of the foot and then tied it and stuffed the ends inside. Yeah. Because sometimes those ends can be really like, what the heck do I do with it?
I mean, can you also just slip stitch back up?
You probably could, but then your legs would be not floppy.
Stiffer.
Yeah, they would be weird.
And that is kind of a cute thing about this is that these legs are kind of jiggly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is a free tutorial on YouTube, or she also has a paid version of the pattern on Etsy, and I didn't realize it was a free pattern. I actually paid for this pattern, and no regrets.
Right. Okay, and then our next pattern is actually something we've designed also, and this is a tutorial on YouTube only, and it's stitch by stitch. So for those of you who aren't great at reading patterns, you can actually see the pattern, and we do put the stitches on the video as well, because my hope is that people who don't read patterns will learn to read patterns as we are building our tutorial of different free patterns online.
Yeah.
So this is a harvest little sunflower. So there's 8 petals, it's 24 stitches around. It goes really quick. You make 2 circles, stitch them together, stitch the petals on, and then make a little chain there, and this will get attached to a keychain. And a lot of really pretty fall fun colors. I made most of these with the Premier Parfait chunky yarn, but then I did pick up a couple of colors. This green one and orange one came from the Hobby Lobby. Similar type of yarn to the Premier Parfait chunky, but I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I don't know either.
And I absolutely love making them. They're really quick to make.
Yeah, I think these would be an awesome like key fob too.
So now the sneak peek. So again, working towards getting ready for this market, we had sat down and made a list of all the things we want to make.
Yeah.
And that list was pretty long. And as the time has gotten closer and closer, I'm like, well, we might not be able to make 10 of everything. We might need to make 5 or 3. So I wanted to make some snakes. I designed my own pattern to be made with the likes of Premier Basic Chenille Brights, and I love using that specific yarn because the colors are bright. And so let me just grab these little snakes here, and then as I got going, I'm like, I started thinking these remind me of Lowly Worm, you know, on Richard Scarry, because Lowly Worm has like a little shoe and sometimes a little hat and a tie. He goes on adventures and stuff, and I decided it needed a little knot. And we've been doing a lot of the Mama Made Minis knotted loveys. So this little snake is a knotted lovey, and a lot of the snakes have stuffing through the whole snake, but this one's designed so that the head has a stuffing, and the rest of the snake, you can see how soft it is, just like the Mama Made Minis. And then putting that little knot in there is super adorable.
It is super cute.
Yeah. I was thinking, you can let me know what you think in the comments. We haven't really officially named him yet, but the name I was thinking about was Lasso, because like a rope and it has like a little knot in it, so you can lasso, you know, cowboys lasso their cattle or horses. So, and the thing that I loved about this is you can really do anything. There's a certain amount of stitches that I usually put on before you get to the knotted area, and you can see this knot's a specific amount of stitches for the knot, and then kind of tapering off for the end. But I love the super colorful, bright colors, but I also made one with the Cheerful Fleece yarn from Hirschner's, which pretty. I think is really awesome also. And then this one is my husband's favorite. He likes these extra little stripes, and it's also Packer colors.
Yep.
And we live in Wisconsin, so the Green Bay Packers are kind of a thing. And then you also might notice that the eyes all look the same. So I designed these eyes so that they would be friendly eyes, you know, because sometimes snakes can be scary, right?
Absolutely.
And so I think that this is a very friendly eye on the head, and the eye will be part of the video tutorial. So you can do solids, you can switch, like this one is switched every 10 rows. Some of them don't really have like a specific count. So
they're so cute.
Yeah. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe, because you'll get a notification next week when this tutorial comes out. I know a lot of people on the channel, they've maybe never crocheted with plush yarn, and I really love crocheting with plush yarn.
I know, I do too.
I really love it.
Now that my hands are stronger.
Right, and it is, you do have to get stronger, because it is not the same as a worsted weight yarn. But it's so much fun, and we get comments all the time. I've never crocheted with plush yarn, or I've never made any amigurumi, and I think once people do, you'll get hooked, because
it's
kids
addictive.
Just love these.
Yeah.
I don't think we've made anything yet that the grandkids aren't in love with.
No, I made these, and I honestly had to hunt them down because all my kids loved them, and I forgot to show you that I put a little X for their butt.
Oh, yes. These
on
little
the back.
guys.
This wasn't prescribed in the pattern, but I couldn't resist. And even my little almost 3-year-old, her words are still coming, and she's like, "It's a cat butt. She can't get enough of it, so she loves it, and it's adorable.
Yeah, so we hope that this gives you some fresh ideas. Hang out with us YouTubers, and we got your back.
Right, we'll vet the patterns for you.
So thanks for watching today, and catch us next week when we release our new snake pattern.
Woohoo!